Would you be okay if you and I go walk the loop? My dad asked me. Sure, I said. Bring your phone and make sure that you answer it and answer it honestly if it is your brother. Because the truth of the matter is, we need to punish him for using one of those smoke pellets he got on Halloween in the house. Yeah, yes, Father. I then put my cloak on and got my phone, and then we rode the elevator down to the streets of the Chicago Loop, and then we made a right turn when we got to Harold Washington Library, State and Van Buren, and then we began to walk the loop clockwise. I know you want to talk to me. So ask away, I said once we began to follow the loop, and so I can be nice and civil with my dad. Why did you lock us out? My dad asked. Because I was having a super private conversation with my big brother and I didn't want George to hear. Why couldn't he be in Robbinsog with you? Because he would do whatever is in his power to be with us while he is in Robbinsog. But why? Why what? Why do you think he wants to be with you so much? And why couldn't you just let him in? I can't tell you the answer to that. To the first part of that question, it is because of what I just said. It was a private conversation. Don't you raise your voice at me, please. It is bad for my autism. I shrugged. What is going on right now? We're between you and your brothers. I can't tell you. Why? I can't tell you that either. Well, why are you being so secretive? If you keep asking me questions like this, I'm going to walk back to Robbinsog and take a route away from you. You can do that, but if you don't want me asking questions, then I don't think you should come back to Robbinsog. Fine. We were passing by Monroe Street, I then made a turn on Monroe Street, and I then walked over to the entrance of Monroe Station on the Red Line. I had an idea about my next move, but I feel like I needed to call Doctor Marcacius first. Hello? Dr. Marcacius asked, when I picked up the phone. Where are you? I asked into the phone. I am on the Red Line up to Hannah, heading up toward Hannah's. Where are you? I was walking with Dad, and we got into a fight. And I walked over to Monroe Station on the Red Line. Are you going to mind if I crash with you? Nope. Nope. Hannah would love to see you. However, don't bring George. I've had enough of him today. Okay. Can you meet me at Howard Station? Yeah. Okay. See you in a half hour. You too. I then took the escalator down to Monroe Station, which is the next station north of Jackson on the Red Line, and I scanned myself in, and when I got down on the platform, I took the next train up to Howard. As I was riding the train, I was thinking about how observers had gone to a fight with my father, who's my favorite person in the whole world, and young people who love each other so much get into fights, just not my parents. About a half hour later, I arrived at Howard. No joke, when the train pulled in, Hannah and Doctor Marcacius were waiting right outside my door. Hi, Hannah, I greeted when I got off the train. Hey, Sam, Hannah greeted back. Sam, I have told Hannah everything we have discussed today in our meeting, Doctor Marcacius said. It takes some talent to come up with a hypothesis like that, Hannah said. Thanks, I responded. Are we going to your parents for dinner? Dr. Marcacius asked. No, my parents is not the place to be on a Friday, Hannah said. I just want to make sure you are not saying that because of the fact that you're gay, Dr. Marcacius said. Nope, it honestly gets super busy there on Friday nights, Hannah said. Hannah, I am really accepting of that stuff, I said, which was absolutely true, because when my parents would preach about their political views, they make sure we understand we are accepting of gay people. I personally am fine if we go to McDonald's. I just need to escape my parents and George, said Dr. Marcacius. Me too, I said. There was one that was in walking distance of the station to the rest, sir, said Hannah. We then walked to the McDonald's and sat down to chicken McNuggets, and then we began talking. So, what's been going on with you? Hannah asked me. School, and I work for him, I said. But now you get a break, said Dr. Marcacius. Yep, I said with Dr. Marcacius giving me a noogie. How were you able to figure out this hypothesis about your mother with her breaking her spinal cord when she fell off the bed? Hannah asked quietly. Puzzle pieces, I answered. What do you mean? Hannah asked. I took what I knew and applied it. I said, if a funny thing during our conversation, we didn't discuss her spinal cord breaking. We were discussing her bleeding, and I approved of his hypothesis without bringing up the fact her spinal cord was broken. Dr. Marcacius said. That is a little bit funny. It is just that isn't something pleasant, said Hannah. Yep, I said. That is a good way to describe it, said Dr. Marcacius. How is trying to find the return going? Hannah asked. Kind of badly, Dr. Marcacius answered. The return left us 3 riddles, and we were so hard we haven't cracked one of them. We've been working on it for months, I also answered. Do you still think it could be your grandmother on your mom's side? Hannah asked. We don't know who it is, said Dr. Marcacius. There are many people it could be that we don't even think about, I said. You really think that? Dr. Marcacius asked. Well, it probably is going to be the person we least suspect, which means someone we don't think about, I answered. Oh, I see, said Dr. Marcacius. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, Hannah said. Thanks, Hannah, I said. I am probably and mostly gonna be coming here to escape my parents' wrath, Dr. Marcacius said. Remember, I am in my last year of law school, Hannah said. That is why I always call before I come over, Dr. Marcacius said. Oh, how is law school going? I asked. Well, thanks for asking, answered Hannah. Oh, it's going well, thanks for asking, answered Hannah. If you don't mind me asking, have you found a job yet for when you graduate? I asked. Nope. Once I graduate, I'm going to apply for a loan to start my own law firm, so that way I can be a plaintiff attorney here, Hannah answered. Good luck with that, I said. Thanks, Hannah said. You said that in a way like she should have bad luck with that because of the words you chose, Dr. Marcacius said. Oh, that's not what I meant, sorry. I said to Hannah. It's fine, said Hannah with a smile and a laugh. You seriously thought I was serious about that? Dr. Marcacius asked. You know, I have difficulty understanding sarcasm sometimes, I said to Dr. Marcacius. You know what, neither do I. Sorry, said Dr. Marcacius. It's okay, we all make mistakes, I said to Dr. Marcacius. We then left McDonald's and began to walk back toward Howard Station. We better head back to Robbinsog, Dr. Marcacius says we are heading back to Howard Station. It's been a long week, I said, yawning. Have a nice ride down to Jackson, Hannah said. We will, said Dr. Marcacius. Bye, Hannah, I said. Bye, Sam, Hannah said. Bye, Hannah, said Dr. Marcacius. Instead of Hannah saying bye back, Hannah and Dr. Marcacius then kissed on the lips. Woo woo, I said. Hannah and Dr. Marcacius then laughed. Come on, Sam, let's scan in, said Dr. Marcacius. We then scanned into Howard Station. The next train to the Loop at 95th and Ryan and Point South was going to depart in 1 minute, so Hannah decided not to wait with us. Anything you want to talk about on this ride home? Dr. Marcacius asked in a happy tone because he was riding the train down with his hood down and he just saw Hannah. Not really, other than Mom and Dad are going to have to talk with you about throwing that smoke pellet in Robbinsog, I answered. Are you doing okay with Dad? Yeah, it's just, I got into a fight with him and that upsets me because he is my preferred parent and I never get into a fight with him and I never see him fight with Mom. I understand. I know that we are all frustrated. What are we gonna do if they try and talk to us when we arrive back home? We are going straight to our room, and I'll put a chair up against the door to stop them from getting in. What do you want to do about George? Nothing, because I have a feeling Mom and Dad are going to come to their senses and do the right thing and let me off the hook. Yeah, he knew that he couldn't be with us. You have a feeling? If I am wrong, I'll kidnap us and we'll go to Garfield Park to chill for a few days. That sounds like a bad idea. I have a better idea. Let's not, because it's now early November and that could be a little too cold. Well, I will be taking us to the conservatory for the day. We'll see. About a half hour later, we arrived at Jackson and from there we walked straight into Robbinsog. Hello, Marcus. Hello, Marcus and Sam, said our mom as we entered Robbinsog. Let me off the fucking hook! Dr. Marcacius screamed when we entered. We then entered our room. What did you just scream at our parents? George asked. Nothing, Dr. Marcacius answered. I cringed as I went to bed.